So tomorrow's Veterans Day, and I'm gonna start this with Missileman's badge. You can go look that up, Air Force. Anyway, went in 1975. I was at McConnell. Let me pick my nose real quick. Wanted to do this outside. Kitty cats came in the house. Oh, Michelle's still out. Anyway, McConnell 1975. I showed up, Airman First Class, 46170 munition. It's munitions maintenance, I think is what the title was. It's munitions. Everything in the Air Force inventory, Anyway, from McConnell, I went to Hahn Air Base, Germany, 1977 to 80, and then 80 to 81, I came back to March Air Force Base. McConnell was Titan II ICBMs. The bomb dump primarily supported nuclear, right? So it's a really high security bomb dump. There were, I don't know, maybe between NCOs and, new guys like myself, Airman First Class, because I enlisted for 6 years. Anyway, we had an incident in 1976 with a Titan II ICBM and an oxidizer leak. And I don't remember too much. I remember the initial briefing, Captain Kirk D. Eckert, right, assembled us all up in the nuclear shed, which was sort of at the base of the bottom of the bomb dump over there. And his wordings were, it was a, Asbell, come back to me, broken arrow. It's an accident involving a nuclear weapon. And I've had fellow veterans pop on here onto Facebook. Let me let my cat, she wants in. Oh, go on in, Michelle. She's the one I worry about. Or she's my inside cat. The other two came out. Anyway, so we had this briefing, this little bitty building, and past that briefing, I don't remember much. I was probably 18 then, and after that was all over, right? I don't know about no time period. I left there in 77. So before that, Captain Kirk D. Eckert called me. He had an office, a desk. It's in the nuke building, right? Called me in. I saluted, reporting his order, sir, at ease. And he stood up and he presented me with that missileman's badge. And you got to understand, as a 461, that's not particularly a badge we would ever get. I mean, there's, I dealt with AGM 65s, Mavericks have been AIM-9 and Sparrows and such, and that's not part of that I ever knowed. It was for Titan II ICBM, that missileman's badge. And I can't remember his little speech because everybody was behind me. They just showed up. It was, but he awarded me that missileman's badge, and he said something about my conduct during the 76 incident. I couldn't even tell you what that was about. Right. That's one of the proudest things. Captain Kirk D. Eckert was a B-52 pilot in Vietnam. He completed his tour, and he brought him back to the United States, and he was our captain. Awesome. A true leader. So I'm Airman First Class. I got there in 75. Here's the story I want to tell. It's a public story, but I was there. as the new people, and I don't think it matters if you're involved or not, but you get duties. One of my duties that day was base cleanup, and I was on the other side of McConnell Air Force Base, and completed that duty. There's details here I can't remember specifically, but to get back to the other side of the base, right? You call the base taxi. So he came pick me up. It's just me and the driver in a car, Air Force car. And there's a road that goes from the backside of the gate up towards, the base. And the runway's right there, the Kansas Air National Guard. You just go right past them. They're to the right, right? So we're on that road. And as an airman, and I dug the airplanes, and it's two F-105s coming from my left, coming in to land, and I'm watching them because it's pretty cool. And I can't take this phone down, and maybe I can. I don't know how this sounds. Okay. Look, I got two F-105s, one here and one right behind it, just like you see them staggered. And they're coming in real low and slow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm digging them. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And they're fairly low. I mean, the back 105 kicks in full afterburner, full fucking afterburner, and he jets right across. And he don't land or nothing. He just kicks in full fucking afterburner. I go, ooh, that's different. They don't do that. They don't do that. And I'm looking at the other aircraft, and the tail started wagging a little bit. And I told the driver, I said, hey, slow down. Something's wrong here. What's happening? And the driver's looking over, he's driving, but I don't think we're doing 20 miles an hour. And the F-105, Kansas Air National Guard, comes a little further, and I can see he's in real fucking trouble. I don't know what's happening, but he's in trouble. And he's getting lower. So I told the driver, stop, pull over. And he didn't. He didn't react fast enough. I reached over and I grabbed the steering wheel and, yanked it, pulled it to me. And he went to the right and he hit the brakes. Right on, right on. I mean, this is happening as I'm telling it kind of thing. And so, boom, we come to a stop, and I'm still looking at the 105, and they're coming in, and the back seater, I think I got this right. Anyway, one of them went out. I think it was the back seater. He ejected. They're low, right? Those catapults that throw them asses out of their aircraft, that's conventional. I know what they do. I know those catapults. I know how far it'll get them and everything. And I'm looking at it, and I see him go up. And I see him go up, and the aircraft's still coming. It's only, I'll tell you, I'm less than, from where that aircraft's going to intersect me, I ain't even 100 yards, probably like 50, 60, honestly. So the 105 carries on for just a little bit, and then the pilot, that's what I'm thinking, he ejects, and I'm thinking he's too low. He's too fucking low, because I see telephone poles right there, and it's an open hayfield right underneath him. And I'm using the telephone poles to know how, and I'm thinking, oh, fuck, he's too low. Well, I had jumped out of the car, ran across the road towards him because this is happening before me. Boom, he ejected. And I'm thinking he's too low. He's too fucking low. He's going to be hurting. So I watch. I'm crossing the road. I went a little ways. I could run, dude. I can't tell you I saw the jet go past me. Like I said, it wasn't no 100 yards. Ain't no fucking way. Probably 50, 60. What I did caught my aware was a loud explosion and then a fucking huge fireball. And I turned my head towards it, and it was the F-105. The ass end hit the ground. And that was the noise I heard, and the fireball was what came out of it, right? And I went, oh, fuck. But I just kept running, I just acknowledged it and kept running because I'm still in my fucking mind about that fucking pilot. And that ain't far enough. That ain't fucking far enough. And he's got that ejection seat, and it's going to be ugly. But I'm running. I got to him. He hit the ground. The chute, as he came down, the chute went, he hit the ground. Oh, that's a hard hit. That's a fucking hard hit. I got to him. He was sitting on his ass with his legs out, his hands down. Oh, dude, Kansas Kansas Air National Guard, but he's I don't know, a major or a colonel or something, not full bird, but, and I'm talking to him and I'm trying to assess, wounds and stuff or, trauma. I'm talking to him. He's there. Right. So we got that going for him. Are you hurt, sir? Do you feel? And I'm looking other place, because how you do triage, and I'm looking for injuries he may not even feel yet. And he explained to me he had broke this. I think it was left arm or something to that effect, but no bone poking out, so no reason to deal him. But he was stable. He was, we're talking. And he telling me I lost oil pressure 5 miles out. And I said, oh, sir, are you okay? And I just, man, my focus was on him. And he says to me, I don't want to be over there. And I'm okay, sir. And I turn around and look. And of course, there's people coming, SPs and medical and everything, as far as. And I go, okay, sir. And I didn't see what he was seeing. So help got there to him because I wasn't going to leave him till fucking, help got there. Medical and, SPs are showing up. Men, they're cordoning it off and, everything. So I walk back to where the aircraft is. I look at it. It's to my right. It looks like that F-105, somebody just took the wheels off and set it on the ground. It wasn't broken half. The wings were there, the ailerons, everything. I was, wow, what a trip. It's all in one piece, or, what I saw, sitting right there. And then I look to the left, and there's peoples and stuff, and the SPs know me as far as who I am. I can be there, right? And because anyway, I walk over towards that, and then there's I want to say like a little blue car of some sort. I never knew what that car was. It was a foreign car. And there was a lady sitting on Pebbles, my small dog. There was a lady sitting on the ground on her ass at the passenger, or looked like the passenger right there. And I could see her plainly. And her face and all this was just covered in blood. I mean, just... So I'm staying from a little bit of distance, but I can see it, and I'm asking, hey, what's going on? I mean, a car? What? And I look around, the engine of the car is over there. The wheels of the car are over there. And what? Fuck. Ooh, that's aircraft fell on a car? Yeah, and there's a baby in there. And I said, oh, fuck me running. What? He said, yeah, there's a baby on the floorboard. Oh, dude, I almost fucking came apart. I really did. I did. I was like, oh, dude, I don't know. And they were rescuing the baby, right? So I stood there and I was just holding. I didn't want to see this was going to be, they got that baby out. They loaded him, you know, Air Force ambulance. Woo! I don't know about hours, but within a short period of time, they came back on the radio, because everybody was, and the baby was going to be fine. Laid in some cut glass, and you should have seen this car. You can go to newspaper reports and stuff, and you can see that car. I'm sure I never saw that like that. But and there was a lawsuit and that whole thing, and I was there. I don't recall them hauling the lady off in the ambulance. My memory is, I had a couple more memories from McConnell that were just way past that one, particularly how that medal came to me from Captain Kurt D. Eckert for my conduct, or just being, I know, Pebbles. Anyway, a veteran story. How long was that? 16 minutes? That's way too long. I don't even know. Maybe I'll cut it in two. All right. God bless everybody. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. Firm believer in the Constitution. I was there. Call Air Force Base. Oh, I have so many more stories about Han and you. God bless. Let it go.